Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm going to be talking about my game, Ultramarines versus Black Templars. So my list consists of a Captain in Gravis armor, which is in reserves at the moment, Marnus Calgar, which is in the vehicle here, but he's displayed out here with the Blade Guard veteran and his Victrix Guard, and Girly Man over here, of course, we don't need to talk about him. We have heavy intercessor squads over here, intercessor squads over here with heavy bolters in both of them. 5-man squad. We have an intercessor squad over here, a regular one. All these are in the bottom, including the scouts over here. They're all in the bottom, just put on top to make it easier to see. We have an impulsor with actually no lieutenant in this one. An impulsor with a desolation squad in it. It's only 5 men, so. And the repulsor actually has a shield dome to give it an invul save. Let's see. So we got the 6-man aggressor squads. We have a ballistic dreadnought. We have the Blade Guard veterans, Desolation squad, the repulsor with the twin last talon and a last talon and twin last cannon. And we have a scout squad with a sniper and a missile launcher. This represents, instead of getting a second oath, because I did go first, this will represent the captain's ability. So let's go ahead and take a look. And this is my command point. And this is this is actually my opponent's face. Someone made that for him because of a kind of a internal meme, I suppose. Okay, so let me talk about my opponent's list here. He is the Black Templars running Righteous Crusaders. Let's see. He has, these two are an impulsors and they have the missile launchers. These two are gladiators and they have the reroll stuff, even though this is not quite done correctly. Apothecary with the Hellblaster squad, and let's see. He has Chaplain Grimaldus, High Marshal Hellbrick, Adjudicator, a Lieutenant, has an Intercessor squad, which is in here, a Primaris Crusader squad, which I think is this big blob right here. No, it is that's the one. This is big old blob right here. Let's see. He has the 2 gladiators, the Hellblaster squad, which is here. Primaris Sword Brethren, which he has one in here with the Adjudicator, and he has another one in here with, I believe, Hellbrick. Let's see, he has a Scout squad. I think he has one. One right here and one right here. So he has 2 Scout squads. And that is it for his list. Everything, I believe, is deployed. So this is deployment, by the way. You can see in the upper left-hand corner. I misspelled my name, but this is Linchpin and Raised Banners. So I got Assassination and Mark for Death. This is turn 1. This is me. And this is going to be the end of turn 1 that we'll see. So end of turn 1, I move my my heavy intercessors up and up. Move that up. And I think was it Mark for Death? Mark for Death. He marked for death his 2 Lancers and the Intercessor squad that's in that building. I couldn't reach them. He scouted these guys forward. I didn't really move my dreadnought. I was still waiting for an opportune moment. I moved this up to try to destroy the Gladiator Lancer, but absolutely failed. Trying to push this way, and I moved these guys up because that's a big old 20 some odd blob men, so I decided to fire everything I could at it. And the whole point was to try to push for this objective to get my heavy intercessors there because their abilities. And I was pushing this towards the center, kind of baiting a little bit. Scouts are still, actually, the missile launcher and sniper are on top. The rest of the 3 are on bottom. Again, we just put them on top just to make it easier to see. And again, blasting everything I could at this because it's my oath target. Yes, you can see the token there. And the and you notice that the tokens done over here, I think I put them into Devastator Doctrine, and did the I forget what the ability was, but basically it makes it ignores cover and it increased the AP by 1. But I caused no damage over here with my repulsors. I completely flopped the the hit, and did decent over here, but with his feel no pains and his saves was doing pretty good. I'll say my rolls throughout this entire game was below average. His was above average to below average. So this is the end of my turn 1. Okay, so I didn't really score anything for Assassination or Mark for Death, and I did get 1 point for Raised Banners. So he got Secure No Man's Land and Area Denial. So this is the end of turn 1 of him. He pushes forward, and I guess that's Hellbrick right there. He popped them out, trying to destroy some of my scouts. Actually, I removed one accidentally. I thought he dealt 2 wounds, but he only dealt 1, so you'll see one come up there. Intercessor is still staying back here because he has scouts that can pop in and out. He blew up my repulsor, caused some damage to my blade guard because they were kind of outside. I couldn't really fit them all in the back. Hellblaster shot him up. So I think we'll see. Actually, we'll zoom in a little bit. And I popped Armor of Contempt, and I had cover as well. Again, my rolls were terrible. He did deal some damage. Only this repulsor had 10 wounds left. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3 blade guards. So 3 of my blade guards was dead, and one of them is on 1 wound left, and it's battle shock because they came out. So he's kind of controlling that midfield pretty good, while I'm trying to push for objectives here. So he scored 5 for No Man's Land and Area Denial. So my turn 2, I would get Assassination and Mark for Death because I didn't discard any because Calgar gives me an extra CP. So by discarding it, I would not gain any CP, and also I think I could score both of these on turn 2. And again, you see it in the upper left hand corner, turn 2 me. Alright, so you see I pop my heavy intercessor, my aggressor squads with my captain and Gravis armor that has the ability Honor the VM or something like that, where he gets +1 to attack to his melee weapon, +1 to strength. But while in Assault Doctrine, he gets +2 to attacks to all his melee weapons and +2 to strength. So he has a Power Fist with a Relic Power Fist. So on an Assault Doctrine, he would have 10 attacks at strength 10. So I shot up that squad with them, and then I end up charging, killing it, and then moving into the Impulsor. Moved up the Dreadnought to assist in shooting, and still flopped with the rolls in that one too. They moved back to prevent their scouts from coming in. Moved this up a little bit, and still tried to wear down that squad. We'll see what happens when we move in. Oh yeah. Over here, I had my heavy intercessors charge them. The reason why being was because when they're an objective, they have the +1 to armor against damage 1, and they were not on the objective, so I had to charge to get in there and hoping to hold them off while Calgar and his squad will take out the Hellblasters. As you can see here, we took over this objective. The heavy intercessors charged the scouts. Gurliman charged the gladiator lancer and destroyed it because it's for my Mark for Death. And also on the aggressors, the aggressor squad took out the character up here and scored me assassination as well. So these scouts are not in play. He just removed them at the end of my turn. And the Hellblaster was my oath target, so you can see the oath there. The reason why it's oath 1 because I can have 2 oaths. Yeah, so I put back that one scout back left and had 1 wound left, and they they whooped up on that squad really good. He said he made a mistake. He popped out to try to take out the scout squad, and then he said he shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, he did not know that I was going to put my my aggressor squads over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I lost one because of Hellbricks. Whoever that character is deals mortal wounds to the enemy that's close to them at the beginning of combat. So he dealt 3 to kill 1 guy. So this is the end of turn 2 for me. I've been wearing out that squad quite a bit. And I've been in control of this objective because of the scouts, and this objective because of the heavy intercessors. So I scored assassination and mark for death and raise banners. So he got recover asset and mark for death. So this is the end of the opponent. My mark for death was going to be, I believe it was this intercessor squad, that aggressor squad, and I think it was Calgar. Oh no, it was the Dreadnought. Dreadnought, intercessors, and the aggressor squad, which he couldn't really touch. And that thing is still alive with 4 wounds even at the end of his turn. Again, terrible rolls. He tried to charge this squad into Calgar squad and failed twice. Guilliman was shot to death, came back, and then was charged by the Adjudicator that had the Strike's first ability. So Guilliman didn't quite stand a chance there. But they are on this aggressor squad right now at the moment. And Calgar only has 1 Victor's Guard left. And he has some wounds left. The reason why I did this is because I took it on the 1 Victor's Guard first, and when he died, I took it all on Calgar. The only reason why being is because Calgar, while there is still 1 Victor's Guard alive, he has a 4 feel no pain. So, to me, keeping taking the wounds on Calgar with only 1 Victor's Guard left is more meaningful because it keeps the squad alive a lot longer. Because if the Victor's Guard's dead, any wounds that Calgar takes is he doesn't have a feel no pain, which is really weird. And the scouts are moving back. I control the objective still because I have more OC. So he didn't get anything for recovered assets or marked for death. So I got area denial and cleanse. So I was cleansing with the scout squad, and I thought I'd do it with the we call it heavy intercessors here, because I made him fall back. He tried to prevent me from falling back. I ended up falling back, and 2 of them died by just falling back because of the desperate escape. It just outright killed. So I fell them back anyway, so they can still shoot, because I put myself in the tactical doctrine at this point. I got these guys out. And I thought I could do cleanse here, but apparently you can't when you fall back. You don't have the ability to do actions when you fall back unless it's a secondary mission rule. Again, kept my intercessors here because he still has scouts still alive. I moved this forward and I rammed it into that squad, and Calgar ran into them as well. And these guys are trying to make a charge over here, but I failed. So at this moment, Calgar wiped out that squad along with the Impulsor, even though the Impulsor didn't really do anything. And then they moved into the Gladiator Lancer here. They tried to charge and failed. I'm trying to move him up so he can hold the objective and shoot also. And that's about it for this round. Yeah. So I only scored 2 for cleanse, and I didn't get anything for area denial because I could not get the Gladiator Lancer destroyed. I was hoping I could make that charge. Even with a reroll, I still failed. So you got behind enemy lines and storm hostile objectives. So this is the reason why he popped out those 2 scout squads and brought them over here. So this is at the end of his turn, by the way, and he failed to charge against Calgar again. 3rd time that he failed to charge. Once he failed twice, and this time he failed again. A 4-inch, I think it was a 5-inch charge here, he failed. So he's trying to push out and hold this objective, trying to get this objective away from me, but I control it more because of the Impulsor and because of Calgar and friends. Oh, right there you can see I'm in the tactical doctrine right there in this bottom left-hand corner. I'll pull out my scout squads, by the way. That's why you don't see it in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah, the scout squad was here. They're gone for the moment. And this is the end of his turn. So, we got Storm behind enemy lines, and Storm has all objectives. I got Air Denial and Defense Stronghold, I believe, if I did this correctly. Yeah, I did Air Denial because I just had to get rid of that Gladiator Lancer, so I did hold that. What I ended up doing over here is I got my Desolation Squad out and moved my Impulsor over here. I fired everything I could into this squad, trying to weaken them and soften them up. And then got my aggressors over here, trying to go towards the middle to do a counter charge. Move my Dreadnought over here, of course, to provide fire onto that squad. And kind of popping out a little bit over here as well to provide any kind of shooting I can. Actually, I destroyed their scout squad. So this shot over here, I think that was it. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I think this shot over their scout squad. Was it scout squad over here, right? Yeah. So I shot out the scout squad. I think I split fired. I did this squad on the small one, and I did I believe the underbarrel one on the scout squad, and the top one on over here. I had to get rid of that scout squad, so he has no more scout squads anymore. Try to soften them up, shot everything into them. I couldn't really do much with Calgar because I didn't destroy the tank until a little too after the movement phase, so Calgar's kind of stuck there. And then I end up charging the Impulsor into this squad over here, which is the Judicator squad with the Sword Brethren, I believe, to hold them there. He could fall back, but he wouldn't be able to charge Calgar, trying to keep him alive. Impulsor at 2 wounds left. And there's my scout squad in the back over here. So I scored Area Denial and Defense Stronghold. He got Cleanse and Bring It Down, which he could bring it down because my Impulsor is only at 2 life left, and which he did. He shot up the Impulsor, charged Calgar, and finally finished him off because of that strike first BS. And I think that's about all he did this turn. He's, I guess, grouping up over here. And I think that's just how many wounds it's taken, not how much wounds it has left. Objective done just means that he did the 1 point thing. And again, this is to stand for the captain's ability. He has it still. So at the end of his turn, drew no prisoners in behind enemy lines. Clearly he has extended battle lines and defense stronghold. This is the end of the game anyway. It was kind of quick. We kind of knew what was going on. So this is essentially end of the game. So I moved them out, kept this guy stationary so they can still get the benefits. And I shot up that squad. It was my oath target. I shot it with this guys. I shot it with this guys. I shot it with them. I shot it with this. I shot everything at it. Including the scouts. It took everything to knock those guys out. And again, it was my oath target. My rolls were pretty terrible for the most part. And I put them in a dev doctrine so I could advance and shoot. Because I wanted to charge, but I needed to, because of my secondary, I needed to get them wholly within their deployment zone. And then after I destroyed that squad, essentially on his turn, he just moved it up there to complete his secondary, which is extend battle lines. So this ended up being the last of the score. Actually, no prisoners. I would have scored, I think, 2. So I think that was like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 points. I don't know, somewhere around there. I ended up winning anyway. It was, what is this? I can't add right now, but it's was it 68, 78 to 65? So it's about maybe 80 to 75, somewhere around there. Either way, even without calculating no prisoners, which he messed up on again, we were kind of rushing that last part in, I still end up winning. So anyways, that's the end of this battle report for my Ultramarines, which are mostly painted. I do try to stream every day around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I stream for at least an hour to try to paint up my army. So anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, the sound down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.